Oh, you just heard that liner about deep behind enemy lines. That's because we've been fully federalized. The federal government itself signed on to this whole globalist New World Order. State representative is a hero now of mine. Representative David-Simpson joins us. He's only got 10 minutes. They're getting down towards the end of the session in the state legislature here in Austin at the Capitol, right up the street from our offices. And here's the headline: Federal blockade. TSA holds Texas flights hostage. The representative has put out a letter saying this is like the tyranny of the Mexican government in 1836. He said this is a line in the sand. Total takeover. The feds have said they will shut down all air traffic in Texas if the representative who had his small children groped, Representative Ron Paul, says they grab his genitals. Jesse Ventura, former governor, is suing. They have done things I can't even say on air when I've been with him flying commercial, working on his TV show with him. And the good news is, at the federal level, powerful bipartisan caucus prepares to fight TSA, strip their naked body scanner funding. Other incredible news. But before we go to the state rep, only got a few minutes with him. Here's Obama. But again, this started with Bush. But here's Obama saying a domestic security force just as big and just as strong as our military, with the TSA now saying they're going to be at high school proms, fondling your daughters and sons. Here it is.
We cannot continue to rely only on our military in order to achieve the national security objectives that we've set. We've got to have a civilian national security force that's just as powerful, just as strong, just as well-funded.
So, Representative, do you agree that this is a total federal power grab now that they're announcing TSA has total jurisdiction over every grocery store, every public school, every state house? They will do what they want, when they want, or all transportation will be blockaded?
I don't know that firsthand, but I can tell you, they're not just aiming at airports. They went to that prom in New Mexico. They've gone to train stations. I read a contract where they were seeking to develop the scanners where they could scan people on sidewalks, moving objects, and at public events such as a football game, basically virtually strip searching people without probable cause, without express informed consent. It's outrageous. And we need to rein the government in. We fought our first war for independence to protect our property, our freedom, our privacy. The Stamp Act wasn't just about taxation without representation. It was about a British officer standing at the door of your house writing his own search warrant to enter in and to go through every cotton-picking thing you have to see if the King's stamp is on it. And that's why we have the Fourth Amendment. The Fourth Amendment is a minimal standard. Supreme Court's ruled, and it's ruled that the states can improve upon that, define it, and that's what my House Bill 1937 was designed to do, basically to say, you've got to have probable cause before you make touching my privates as a condition of flying on an airplane.
Representative David-Simpson, House District 7, your family has been violated by these people. Much of my family has. We can't even travel anymore because I physically cannot put up with it. And when they tried with my family, I did blow up and cause quite a scene and almost got arrested. I mean, this is the line in the sand. I just can't have people sticking their hands down my 3-year-old daughter's pants. And I know they went down that road with your family. Can you break down the sense of the House right now with this threat by the U.S. Attorney to blockade air travel in and out of the state of Texas?
Well, what happened was my bill passed out of the House unanimously, and it had almost 100 signatures, 100 co-authors, had 94. Then it went to the Senate. It passed unanimously out of the Transportation and Homeland Security. And then when it was brought to the floor, but on a 10th calendar, Senator Dan Patrick was doing a good job, and he was ready to bring the bill up, but the bill was delayed. And apparently so that a Department of Justice letter could be circulated among the members, and some of the members scattered and like a covey of quail. And I had a response written, but I didn't have time to get that to the senators. There's much misinformation and falsehood in that letter. We're not saying to stop all searches. We're saying that the searches without probable cause must stop at touching our privates, that you've got to have probable cause. It's either got to be there or a body cavity. And so and the other thing is we put a provision in the bill not to fight federalism. This isn't really a nullification bill. This is an interposition bill. It says, instead of threatening to shut down our flights, why didn't they just show us their statutory authority to grope and ogle our private parts? I don't think there is such a law, and I dare them to pass such a law.
I was about to say, they claim they have a regulation. I've looked, and I've had constitutional law scholars on. It doesn't exist. An FBI agent can't go to public parks or a shopping mall and stick their hands down people's pants, and folks would laugh if they tried. But in the airport, they've incrementally ratcheted it up. And now this federal judge says it's your right to be groped properly, so we're going to send our professional TSA out to your school proms at the county level to stick their hands down your pants. And they say you have a right to not be profiled, so all of you have a right to have your Fourth Amendment violated. I mean, it's sickening lawyer tricks that they're trying here.
Yes, that's right. And I'm afraid we're losing the Texas that Sam Houston fought for and governed. He said, Texas is yet to learn submission to any oppression, come from what source it may. And if we don't stand up now, we're going to lose our independence. We're going to lose our sovereignty. We're going to lose our rights as individuals to live free and with dignity and to travel freely. It's just, they've moved from prudent caution to ridiculous excess.
Well, you're absolutely right. Where do you go from here, State Representative David Simpson from House District 7, a true hero of liberty and doing his duty, standing up against this tyranny, and he suffered at the hands of these tyrants, his wife and children. And where do we go from here with this outrage? Because now there's no end. I mean, if they can, and they know this, if they can federally seize areas outside of law, always more, first on the outside of the pants, now in the pants, where does it end? How do we meet these people?
Well, we've got to have some guts and just not submit to it and tell them to show us the law. And then even if there is a law, then we need to throw those rascals out who would ever pass such a law. And there's no law that Congress has passed, and that's how the bill is written. And if one were to be written, I think it would be found unconstitutional. One thing, this bill is not absolutely dead yet. It was withdrawn when several people cowered in light of this federal threat. But if they can call the governor or the lieutenant governor and the senators, it could be passed even this day.
So it doesn't matter that you had unanimous in the House. You are our representatives. If we went back before the 17th Amendment, you could recall U.S. senators to the legislature, but that's been taken. This is just so incredible. In closing, sir, and we're going to pull up the number for the Texas Senate. Do you happen to have it off the top of your head? Because we would give out that general legislative switchboard number for folks to call the Senate.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't have it.
Well, we'll get it up on screen after you leave us here in just a few minutes. But going through your letter that's up on your state rep website, you talk about this being throwing down the gauntlet and liken it to the Texas War in 1836 against the tyrant Santa Anna, who the Mexicans later overthrew themselves. Expand on why this is such hardcore tyranny.
Well, this is Gonzales 175 years ago. If you remember, when our forefathers were settling Texas peacefully and working with the Mexican government under the Constitution of 1824, they gave us a cannon in Gonzales to protect ourselves from the terrorists then, the Indians. And when they came to take that cannon, they said, come and take it. And they turned it on them, and they fought for independence. I like to wear, there's another flag besides this is the come and take it moment. And I hope the governor, I hope the lieutenant governor, I hope our senators will stand up and see this. This is not an assault on federalism. This is saying, Just leave us alone. Don't treat a traveler as a criminal suspect. You know, it's like going into a department store or taking every customer going into a department store and groping them and searching them on the way out. If someone puts something in a backpack and tries to leave without paying for it, certainly talk to them, question them, search them, but not every customer.
Well, listen, when people are seen on camera cramming jewelry down their pants, there's been many court cases, as you know, covering this. They have to call the police. The cops have to have probable cause. They then take them to the jail, and then they are searched there by someone of their own sex. I mean, that's why state police are on record, FBI is. No one's ever done this. Is there any doubt in your mind, Representative, that this is a giant power grab?
No, I think it is. And the TSA agents are doing what peace officers cannot do without probable cause. It's time that we stand up and that we refuse to fly. If they're going to take our daughters and fondle them, we've got to stand up for freedom, for dignity, or the terrorists have won. We are doing more than the terrorists ever dreamed they could do. 60,000 people a day out of 2 million are getting virtually strip searched or groped. Oogled or groped.
Well, Representative, we'll obviously have to talk to you more in the future as this unfolds. David Simpson, District 17, God bless you for not selling out our liberty and for standing up for this free republic. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you, Alex. The love of free press. Thank you.
Thank you.